Hello everybody, this is my first PC I've ever built, so I have no idea what I am doing per se, but I am going to tell you this: I have been looking quite a bit into it, and I think I'm ready for it. I think the time is now for me to do this. Consoles have been fairly stagnant, and I just think that I do have a PlayStation Pro, and I do have an Xbox One and so on, but the problem is that I've been very skeptical over the years trying to get together a PC because of the fact that I'm trying to clear some space. Sorry, it's a little bit messy, but just I had to move some stuff around in order to prepare for this. But this is not a tutorial or anything, because like I said, I don't really know what I'm doing. I just wanted to have the experience of building my own PC and hopefully document that in some way, and basically what we have here today is an i5 86K build with basically I went gigabyte, so I got a GeForce GTX 1070 Ti, which is supposed to be pretty dope. It's a fair playing ground for a really nice, decent gaming PC, from my understanding, compared to the 1080s and the regular 1070s. So I went with the 1070 Ti, and to me, I felt like it would be that much more of a step up, hopefully, from a PlayStation 4 Pro, so I just have some pretty typical stuff here. It was just I bought the Corsair Vengeance the DDR4 RGBs, not the Pros, just to start out, to get used to this whole RGB thing as well with the PCs. So I also went with the Corsair 570X Crystal Edition with the black, just the basic black casing, with the see-through. I don't believe it's the mirror one, it's just the regular see-through tempered glass, which looks amazing. It comes with the 3 RGB fans, the latest edition Corsair RGB fans. And then we also have here the back fan that I'm going to apply. Now I was going to opt into the Commander Pro, but I decided to just hold off on that for a second, just to see, just to get a feel for all this, because I just didn't want to go overboard and probably not need something, or basically be able to do what I need to do, what I have, because I do have the cooler here, but it's non-RGB. Besides the fact that the center part is RGB, but the fans aren't. So I figured I might be able to do without needing the Commander Pro. We'll see. Being that the case itself comes with the lighting, controls and stuff, which is amazing. I think the case is absolutely amazing, and I'm looking forward to working with this case, man. So also what we have here is the Gigabyte, the Ultra Gaming Wi-Fi Edition Aros. I just went with this one. I felt like it was in the middle, and I like the design and how it had the heat sinks and all that stuff, so that it could protect some of the major components and the motherboard itself, which is amazing. PCs have come so far, I've been a console gamer for years and years and years and years, and I've always been loyal to consoles. But now I think it's time to make that change happen. I really do. And I got a typical, just some basic nice keyboard here from Amazon that I bought. I got a BenQ LED 27-inch monitor. Hopefully it can suffice for what it is that I'm trying to achieve. For the meanwhile, you know, I probably can go 4K with that graphics card, I'm sure. But I'm just, you know, I have a 4K Samsung television. So it's kind of like, damn, you know, I'm so used to gaming on my 4K Samsung television with my Pro and stuff, you know. So hopefully, being a PC and all, even being on a 1080p monitor, full HD, that it will, you know, look still pretty stunning for me, you know, as a longtime console gamer. And I also got the Adata 512 gigabyte solid state drive. This is an external 1 terabyte that I bought, you know, just to back stuff up. And then I also have the whatchamacallit, Western Digital 1 terabyte hard drive. I figured, you know, starting out 1 terabyte for me as an HDD is pretty nice because you know, out the gate I don't have like a previous Windows account or anything like that per se, so like, yeah, I haven't gotten my Windows 10 yet, like an activation key or anything. I'm gonna wait out on that until I get the PC up and running, basically. You know, we're gonna make sure all the components work and so on, and then we're just gonna go from there. We're gonna get all this stuff down. I'm not gonna stream the whole time. I'm just, you know, just trying to get it out there that I will be hopefully doing some streaming and stuff soon via PC and so on. So that's gonna be really fun, you know. So my place is a little small. This is my personal space, and you know, so it is what it is. This is my space to work in. Decided not to work downstairs or anything because I ain't want to get in anybody's way. So decided to work all this up here. Could buy some aftermarket wires, which is pretty dope. I said, this is not a tutorial, and just wish me luck. I'm pretty sure I have it down. I think I can do this. There goes the CPU. Get some of this stuff like this. So I'm not going to stream the entire time, but I might stream definitely me applying the CPU and so on. I'm sorry this is not a more professional stream by any means, and like I said, this is not to be a tutorial or anything. This is just, if anything, people can get a few laughs out of it, watching me try to build my own PC over here. Good times, you know what I mean? So this thing is a very delicate piece of hardware there. Right? So we got the box, which is dope. Got a couple tools that I thought might come in handy. I don't think I'm gonna need all of them, other than basically a basic, you know, star screwdriver there. This is much smaller than it seemed. When you're looking and watching people like these pros on YouTube, which I did a lot of, they look much bigger. This is really, really small. So I'm pretty grounded. I'm working on wooden floor and a wooden countertop here, or whatever you want to call it. So, matter of fact, before I do this, so I'm gonna get this thing now and out the way. I'm gonna put it over here for now. Now, this is certainly not sponsored by anybody or anything, so I hope that's not an issue. I just felt like it would be cool to stream myself doing this. If anything, maybe give some publicity to some of these hardware manufacturers that created some of this stuff, because I did go with the Gigabyte stuff, and I thought it would be nice to have a Gigabyte motherboard and the whole graphics card setup. I thought it would look pretty dope, you know. Graphics card here that I got has the RGB LED internal. It says Gigabyte on that. Outside of that graphics card, it's gonna look amazing. I can't wait to get that up and running. Hopefully, I really can't wait to get that up and running before we take this thing out. Do anything with that. Just move a couple things this way, a little more organized here. Just a couple tools that I highly doubt I'm gonna need, but I brought them along for the ride anyways. So we obviously have the cables here. I'm not sure like what all the cables' exact names are, and I'm just, like I said, I'm gonna be learning a lot of this as I go along, even though I watch like days and days worth of videos. I would say I'm still gonna think that I would need to do some trial and error before I say, okay, yeah, I do remember this. We have a standoff here. I believe that's what that is. And that standoff, not sure why I needed just one standoff. Well, on the dope side, I do believe that this bad boy comes with its own standoffs, which is dope. That's why I purchased it. It was a pretty well-rounded case, man. It's gotten some decent reviews, and I watched some people build with it, so that was amazing. But anyways, moving on here. Oh, this is the Wi-Fi receiver. That's cool. I didn't know it came with the actual Wi-Fi receiver, so that's amazing. That's a pretty nice This is a nice motherboard, man. This motherboard, it took me a while to really pick the right motherboard, I felt. And I finally did pick the right one. I picked the perfect one, hopefully. This is amazing. I've never done this before, so by any means, this is not a tutorial at all. Like I said, this is not a tutorial. I'm just building my own PC, and like I said, hopefully you can get some laughs out of it, because like I said, I have no idea what I'm doing, but I do know I need the box, so I shouldn't get rid of that. My bad. I'm gonna take this bad boy out of here now, out of the static proofing plastic. So this is gonna be funny stuff, because like I said, I'm a console gamer by tradition, and so this is my very first time giving this a whirl. I know this is a very delicate piece of hardware, I've never really handled one of these, but I know I'm doing a decent job right now. Because I know you don't want to touch the bottom as much as possible, and so on and so forth. So this is the way I want to work. So that way I know where I put this. I'm supposed to position that. That has such a chemical smell to it. It's weird. That static-free plastic. Listen, I by any means, I don't even expect to get this done in like a couple hours, let alone maybe a day. This more than likely, I'm going to leave that plastic and stuff on for now. Will be done in a couple days maybe, I have no idea. But I would do segments, and I'm going to just, do this beginning intro stuff of me inputting my first CPU ever. And hopefully it'll get some sort of, views or whatever. It would be funny. Alright. This is it. This is the moment of truth. I know that. This is the one where you eat it or not. Okay, I see. It's actually telling me on the motherboard itself where the notch should lay, where the arrow should lay. Because I was kind of confused. I'm looking at this thing. I'm like, wait a minute. It usually has like a little arrow pointing to where, on the actual plasticing itself. It's scary getting this thing open, man. I ain't gonna lie. But I gotta get this thing up and running, at least the motherboard and such, because I gotta make sure it all works, right? I probably won't do all that live, but I will be doing this live. These things are pretty fat. They're fastened in there, that's for sure. Probably doing this so amateur, I'm sure. There's probably some people that just get them right out, but I got mine out. So you have the gold notch. I want to make sure I put this one in the right way, because I do not want to screw this up. But I'm pretty sure here on the motherboard there's an arrow actually painted on the motherboard itself. So I'm pretty sure that's where the gold notch arrow is supposed to go. So with that, let's proceed. Okay, my first CPU application here, without touching the bottom, without dropping it too hard. And I'm pretty sure I got that in there like a pro just now. Like a pro. So now, to apply this bad boy without slamming it down. And I know this is scary. This is the scary part, right? This is the part where people say it's gonna feel like you're gonna break it, but you're not actually gonna break it, right? So here we go. It popped out. And I just gotta slide it underneath without releasing her. Bang! Yo, I just applied my first CPU ever in life. That was dope. And I just did it. Save the cover. Right? I did that like a pro, I think, man. So I want to make sure to put this stuff back in here the right way. Hold on to this stuff. It's okay, it's only cardboard, it's not going to kill it. But definitely don't want to make those kind of... Bang, man, I got that CPU in there. It's solid. And I'm excited about that. Those are good. That's a good sign, you know what I mean? It means I might have a knack for this a little bit. Doesn't mean I'm gonna make it a habit of building PCs or anything. I wouldn't mind it, but I definitely have a knack for this. And I'm gonna enjoy building this PC, man. Like I said, this is not a tutorial by any means. I just wanted to get it out there that I will be building to like people that follow me and stuff on YouTube. I just want to get it out there that I will be, you know, now on a PC as well at some point. I'm trying to expand the stream to some factor. It would be fun, you know, by doing this. And just wish me some luck. I want to stick around. I'm gonna stick around. I'm not gonna cut the stream just yet. I will stick around a little bit and just kind of like see where I go with this, what I got to do next. And I know now I got the CPU in there. Just trying to get a feel for things. I think maybe I could apply the cooler, things like that I have bought. But I'm also going to probably watch a couple things in the background just to be safe that I'm actually applying things as well. So maybe if I continue to stream here, you might hear a little bit of a feed in the background. But I highly doubt it because I'm not going to really be just going to kind of observe what they're doing. So let me just do that real quick. Now, if you're just joining and you go to the beginning of the stream, you would see the stuff I kind of had it laid out of what I was building with. If you want to know what I'm building with, you get an idea. I kind of did a detailing of that. So what we're going to do here is going to... So, I just want to kind of see the next step that I should personally take. I know taking apart the case and stuff would be ideal as well. So I'm basically going to do that as I'm kind of like sitting here now. I'm going to start taking apart the case and I haven't taken off the plastics or anything from it. I've left those. This can come off of here. Numero uno. So I'm definitely gonna grab something here so that I can collect my screws as I go along. It's always a great idea to be as organized as possible. This bad boy here. That's cool. It was just like a little dusty in there or whatever. Alright. So the sides, the shorties, thumb screws. So I watched a few of these guys on YouTube and girls, and I think they're awesome people, man. Every single one of them were very helpful. I definitely followed them and tried to subscribe to each one that I came across. They did a fantastic job of helping me really have an understanding of what it is to build a PC, how dedicated you would have to be to it, you know. And I thought that this thing is acting a little bit stubborn. This thumb screw. So all I have to do is just this, just to pry it loose. Shit. I want to do that with the fabric application to the screw, so I don't like strip painting or anything. Right, and then just get a hold of it. Kind of like the weight of glass, because I unscrewed the rest of them. It's kind of laying on it there, so it's passing that one out. Okay. Number 2. Number 3. This rag here and place it between. So I'm going to bring it around so people can Let's see, I guess. So, this is the internal component. This thing is so much smaller than it seems in person. Like, it seemed much larger online, like when you watch people work with her. But it's a mid-top, whatever, right? I've seen a PC before. It's not like I've never seen one before, but I just expected it to seem a little larger. I love the design of this thing. I think it's amazing. So that's, okay, so longs are the fronts. That comes off. That. I love this thing. This thing is absolutely amazing. Everything about it, from what I've watched, it's pretty dope to work with, you know. So I'm hoping I'm able to just opt out of the Commander Pro. As much as I want to get it, I mean, you got a budget, right? Budget. This already was running me a pretty penny just to build it on my own. You're in a petrol bomb, my God. Sure. If you say so. But this PC will be you know, tricked out. I would have all the software that's needed and everything's going to be done for it. So but like I said, this is not me trying to be like a pro or anything at building PCs. I'm just like doing this shit for the first time. I thought it would be quite an experience, and it's, you know, I'm sure it's going to be, man. So whatever. I've had PCs in the past. I'm not gonna say I've just never built one of my own. You know, I've had one. You know, I've had decent pre-builds and stuff in the past. But I mean, I thought to build my own would be, you know, something worthwhile, so that's why I'm doing it. Alright, whatever you say, Captain, but thank you for joining the stream, and I appreciate the colorful comments. Now what I love is that, I guess in this updated version of this case, from what I've noticed from the previous when the case first launched, I guess what they did is they finally realized, yeah, people want this to be covered down here. So they sure as hell did cover it. They added the cover to this right here, which is cool because you get to hide all that wiring and stuff, supposedly, which is nice, right? So that's cool. I just noticed that. Alright, so I'm going to take out the wiring and do what I got to do here. I hold that, it should come right out. Just put that there for now. I'm gonna disconnect all this lighting wiring that I gotta disconnect out of here for now, just to, you know, have a better organization of just everything. This wire comes out for now. So, like I said, I'm not going full-fledged with this stream or anything. I did put my CPU in just now, and I thought that was pretty dope. You know, that was quite an experience. So, we got all that separated and out so I can start passing wires or whatever I need to do. I didn't go with the Commander Pro, like I said. I'm tempted to just go down the street real quick and just buy one, just so I could really get it. But I just figured if I was gonna add one, it'd probably be no thing to really just do it down the road. So we'll see what happens with that. But at the end of the day, I got that CPU in there, which is dope. And I'm just gonna keep working on this because it's gonna be a little while before I really get this stuff going. Like I said, I'm not a pro or anything at this by any means, so I gotta figure out some of the wiring and stuff. This is cool. It came with some zip ties, bonus zip ties and stuff. That's cool. So those are gonna come in handy for some wire organization and, you know, all that. A Fortnite dance. Unfortunately, I don't know how you would give me $100. Who doesn't want $100? But one, I don't play Fortnite, never have. I'm not big on it. I think it's cool for the new generation of gamers and such like that, but I'm not a big Fortnite gamer by any means. I'm more of a Battlefield type guy. But yeah. So but as much as that's so tempting, I don't have a donation tab either. So that maybe one day when I get that donation tab going, then maybe I'll throw some tricks out there for you. But until then, you might have to give me a rain check on that one, buddy. What I need to do is I need to grab some juice here. I can charge this bad boy. So shout out to all those YouTubers, man, that basically helped me get to the point where I am now, man. Like, I would love to give shout outs to particular ones, you know, but I'm not that relevant, so it's not even like I'm gonna make a dent in their viewers or anything like that. But yeah, man, it was just very helpful for them to kind of go over it. Like, a lot of people managed to do builds with this case, and I appreciated that a lot because it really helped me make my decision in the long run on this build. And I think my build is not like the most extravagant gaming build out there, but I'm hoping that it's going to do better, like I said in the beginning of the stream, better than my PS4 Pro, for example, and so on and so forth. So that PayPal for all the viewers. I'm pretty sure they probably have an absurd amount of emotes in Fortnite to begin with. They probably have Moonwalker and all that shit. So I honestly, I'm not gonna bust a move for you, man. as much as I would love to bust a move for you right now, I'm just so focused on making sure that I'm gonna do everything here the right way. So I'm not even like I said, this stream. Alright. I guess the whole dad thing, they be like, right, and that whole shit, right? Like they go. So yeah, there you go, man. I'm an old school guy, man. I'm not even listen, dude. I'm a 36-year-old veteran gamer, and I just, I take joy in my hobby, and that's basically where my whole background stems from. I'm just a big console gamer all my life. I collect the statuettes, stuff like that. Like I said, I never built a PC on my own, but it's fun doing this right now. Like just the whole, it was exhilarating implementing that CPU, man. I'm still amazed that I managed to get that out of the way. It actually didn't seem as hard as people make it seem, actually. You just have to have a keen eye and a steady finger, and you get her in there, you know what I mean, and get her off. So, and the most scariest part, I gotta say though, for sure, man, the most scariest part was definitely applying the pressure on the holders, latchet arm, or whatever you want to call it, and applying that pressure so that the manufacturing plastic pops off or whatever. But then after doing it that first time, it popped right out, and that thing was pretty easy. It went in pretty easy, so that was something. So take care, man. I appreciate it. I really do. I hope it was enough. I really do, Steven. Like I said, I'm quite bashful as well. I'm not the most, but I hope that you enjoyed it, man, for the time being, and come back, because I will be giving updates on streams and stuff of what my progress is. So hopefully you get a kick out of that as well. And hopefully this will loosen me up, because I do plan on doing some streaming when I get this PC up and running. A little more of a moderate professional streaming level, you know what I mean? So wish me luck, my man, and I appreciate you. I really do, man. I really do, and I hope I'll give you one more, all right, so all right, so I'm gonna end this stream for the time being, people, but I won't leave you hanging. I'm just gonna really get my mind on this, and because I get the talking, and then I'm not gonna get the focus. So, and that's something I should definitely work on if I want to stream some more, I would say, right? Or unless you guys say otherwise, unless you guys think I should just stick around. What I'm gonna do next, now that I got this case up and running, I do know that with a little wire management popping off, might apply. What I'm probably gonna do is probably I'm gonna open up this these RANT DDR4s, right? And I'm gonna get those popped in there, I think, is what I'm gonna do next. So wherever I put those bad boys, let me find them now, track those things down. Oh, there it goes. Oh, there they go. So I'm gonna pop these in real quick. So like I said, I don't know if you guys follow any of the YouTubers on that do builds and stuff like that, but these people are like pretty dope people, man. And even like I even watch some of the like more mediocre people that don't have a lot of views as well, or viewers, and I check those guys out as well. I was watching videos for like a week straight, you know, and checking everybody out and just getting a feel for the field today in this day and age with all this PC building that we have going on. Now I know, being that I'm only gonna go 16 for now, so I know I gotta go every other, and that looks like that's gonna line up, I think. Let's see here. Oh, that one opens up as well, that's what it is. Okay. So I think we are lined up. Let me make sure, double check, because applying that into the right area there, huh? Looks like we're good. All right. I think that we are in there, man. Boom. So, next. This is a nice motherboard, man. This is exciting stuff, man. I admire the people that have been doing this for so long, because this has got me going, man. I'm hoping to be able to maybe do this some more in the future. I would love to do builds, man. I'd sponsor anybody. Give me sponsors. I'd build for you any day of the week. Give me something to build. I'll do this. I definitely have a knack for it. That's in there. That is nice. This is gonna look nice, man. I figured by getting those old school Vengeance RGBs, non-pros, with the black on there, when that all lights up, I thought it was gonna look pretty dope, you know. See those there? It might be too much lighting in my room, but you see. So yeah, it's an i5 86K. I thought I'd start on the. I've heard good things about the i5 86K. I've heard good things about it, you know. I've heard in the gaming aspect of things that it's the processor that holds up well. So that's the choice that I made for the meanwhile. From my understanding, I went 6-core, you know. Hopefully that will be enough for me to be able to do the streaming and not so much editing and stuff. I'll be doing some minor editing probably. It ain't gonna be like crazy graphics too much, but I hope that this whole setup suffices for me to maybe step up my level of streaming beyond just consoles, you know. That's what I'm hoping for as well, and to just broaden my gaming experience as an entire whole, you know. So yeah, just to go over again, this is the graphics card I went with. I thought, you know, I was gonna go with the Asus ROG Strix 1070 Ti, but then I decided, I said, you know what, Gigabyte seemed like, you know, I went over the reviews and stuff, and it seemed like it was a good buy for the pricing, you know. And so I got this on Amazon for $419, I believe it was, right? And then they also have a rebate for another $30 off. So I'm definitely going to be sending that rebate once I get this together and make sure everything runs well. So those are in. Those are in. Checo. So what is possibly the next thing that I can apply to this? Well, I wanted to get the monitor out, probably get everything powered up. I'll probably put the cooler on there, get everything powered up just briefly. So I guess I'm supposed to make sure that BIOS pops up, right? And it's like the internal workings of the GPU and so on. So I got to make sure, or I guess the motherboard. if I'm not mistaken. Definitely going to keep some of my boxes to display, for example, just for a little bit. I'm not too much of a pack rat, to be honest with you. I really am not. The stuff you see here is just a couple of display boxes that I had kept on hand, of the most significant ones of what's being displayed. So, but I probably keep like the i5 core box for a little bit, keep that lingering around. So, buy some wire in here. So what I'm gonna do is get this monitor open, because even though I don't have Windows, I should still be able to do BIOS and stuff like that. And I could always buy Windows probably first thing in the morning, because this might take me a little bit to build, I'm gonna say, to be honest with you. Maybe not. Who knows? We'll see. Maybe I'll be regretting not getting Windows right away. Actually, I was gonna go today and download everything, but I decided to just wait to get everything together. Move some of this over, that there. It's a nice thing. It's not bad. You can tilt up and down. It's actually on there. At least you're supposed to be able to. So, beginner noob here, don't worry. Screwdriver, but I'll put a little bit of torque to it. Just a little torque, so that way. I know she's fastened. Okay. We have cables necessary for the performance of this monitor. We have the 27-inch monitor itself, BenQ, from Amazon at a very good price. I'm so used to my 4K. And not only that I'm used to the 4K, but it's 40-inch. I was really thinking about using that as a monitor, but I've been told, yes, it's possible. I have a good television. I have a 7 Series, true Ultra HD, true dynamic range or whatever. Yes, right? Very good television, but very good for console gaming. Not so much, I don't think. It's, you know, I mean, I could, and I've seen people do the whole monitor thing with the 4K TVs, especially the ones like the one I have. But I don't know if that's the route I wanted to go, because I didn't want to apply that much wear and tear to my television, you know. Constantly say if I'm gaming on my console, and then if I decide I want to go on my PC, then it's non-stop. It's non-stop. And then not only that, just having to change the settings from setting to setting on using the television as a monitor would have been just so much of a hassle. So I got me a decent, it's a half decent monitor. retrieved. Full manuals. It's in there. Now we tilt some stuff. It's not bad, man. It's pretty cool. And it has the functions are right here. That's pretty cool. Oh, they're right here. Oh, they're to the back. I see what they were saying now about it being to the back. So if I connected another monitor on this side at some point with this one, the controls are to the back. So if you had to do any adjusting, it would be a little bit of a hassle because I am planning on doing a dual screen setup. I just decided to start with this for the meanwhile. But I do plan on getting the same monitor if this one works out and dueling it up. I heard good things about these little monitors, these 27-inch BenQs. I'm not going to take any of that off. I just set her up just so I can pull up BIOS in the moment when I get everything up and running. So we're going to put this bad boy here, like so. Now, we have that out of the way. All the iron is out. Got that. Always hang on to your boxes, folks. Or at least hang on to your boxes for the first year for things like monitors. I have warranty on all this stuff. I got a warranty on the motherboard. You'd be a fool. I'm sorry. I don't mean to put it so blatantly, but you'd be a fool not to apply $1 here, a couple dollars there, especially for primary components like a CPU and stuff like that, you know, and applying those few extra bucks, man, to protect them, you know, because if anything goes wrong for 4 years, it's not a bad deal, you know. You can always swap out or get the component exchange or whatever for the latest components. So comparable to what you purchased. This is something I'm running here in the background. Give me one moment, sorry, kind of delaying the stream here, just trying to get some stuff set up in the background. I'm trying to do is not working the way it's supposed to right now. I'm trying to give it another try here. Anyway, so back to what we were doing here, people. So my power source from my PVC's monitor, connector, probably go HDMI though. I'm sure this is HDMI. Pretty sure when I bought it. These connect. Holy crap. So yeah. What I want to do is I want to open up this bad boy. We're going to check this thing out. And I want to see if the thermal paste is now on here, or did I make a right move by purchasing my own? Because if it's already on there, I'm still a little skeptical. I did buy my own because I'm a little skeptical of the like applied thermal paste from the manufacturer. Sometimes they're not going to probably opt into the best thermal paste, I would imagine. So with that being said, I bought a pretty decent thermal paste. I'm not saying it's good, latest and the greatest stuff. So I may end up just wiping away the other stuff. 8-year durability. I got this MX4 stuff, thermal compound. Hopefully it's better than the manufactured stuff, right? So, where are we? I hate to just rip open my boxes. There we go. So this is the, oh, these things have, this packaging has such chemical smells, man. Craziness. Anyway, this is dope. These are not RGB Corsair 120 millimeters. They're gonna work out just fine for me. Because at the end of the day, I'm not trying to make this glitz and glam type of a rig. I'm just trying to build a decent looking rig where it looks modern enough that I don't feel dated out the box, and I feel like I'm current with the build, but at the same time humble. You know, I'm not trying to get too crazy. You know what I mean? I'm not that pro yet. I have the, you know, all the standoffs and the brackets necessary to make sure that this CPU and cooler work contingently. That's out of the box, people. You have to be very delicate with these fucking radiators. This is like a I work on cars. Even though I'm a gamer, I do like working on my own vehicle. I own a beautiful BMW, and I've done some work on her. You know, she's an OG, and I like the series. That's why I hang on to her. But she's not that old. I mean, she's current, like early millennia BMW. and I love her. So I won't, you know, every part I keep up with it, and she holds up well. And I've done my own work, so I've done, you know, I have an idea of what a radiator, how delicate that can be. So you definitely don't want to press into these coilings, because then you would bend them and probably create issues with the fluid flowing properly and so on and so forth. This does have the thermal paste applied to it. Now I'm going to take a look at this thermal paste. It looks pretty good, man. Actually, this doesn't look that bad for a manufacturing. It looks pretty like it's good stuff. So maybe I won't open that packaging of thermal application. Maybe we'll just leave the one that's on here. I'm thinking about getting the white sleeves at some point, possibly to cover this. But I definitely already have the 24 pin and all that stuff. I have them in white with the combs. This is gonna be nice. I can't wait to get this all situated, man. Like I said, this is not gonna happen overnight for me, more than likely. Chances are this will take a couple days for me. Possibly. We'll see. I mean, I could be underestimating myself. So, moving on to bigger and better things here. With the screws that are included into this radiator, let's use this guy right here. So, we're going to apply these fans on here the right way. So if I'm putting this into my casing, right, which it technically will be going this way, this is going to come down, and then this is going to go into the CPU like so. I'm trying to figure that out now. How can't go the other way. I don't think it would be a good idea to go this way. Let's see. Let's go to the case. Figure it out. So I'm going to be applying it here. I know you can't see the case, but it's right here. I'm working with it. I'm going to apply the case. Like so. Maybe it won't look so bad right there like that. Alright. We'll do that. We will do that. So now that we know where she's going to go and how it's going to be placed, now we have to make sure we get the fans. This is it right here. So we're going to make sure we position the fans so that it's closest to the back end of the casing. So we're going to do it this way here, like so. Super excited about this. I think this case is going to work out well. Well, so we're going to have to look inside here real quick. See, just a glance. idea. See, those are the things for short screws, here. Turn that instead. Size, no? Screw that. That doesn't make sense. Why would it? That doesn't make sense. Better do it this way, the way I was just doing it. Seems. Okay, I got it. Okay. Well, let's start with the launch screws. The launch screws is what gets these fans in, so we'll start with that. Without washers. With washers. We say with washers. I don't think you have. I don't think you need washers for this. You know what? Anyway, I'm back. I'm just screwing these fans into this cooler one by one here. I'm just wondering if they even need the washers or not. It doesn't really say that they need washers for these underneath, but I'm just gonna put them just there so that way at least the washers are between the fan and the screw, so that the vibrating doesn't get something the best of them. Whatever bit of vibrating these things do, probably not much at all, but always screw stuff with natural 2 pound-foot torque, like just let your fit, like you just give it a little. And it doesn't, you don't want to over torque putting screws in and stuff, especially into plastics and so on. Because then you just strip them. Yes, oh. Yes, my floor is wood. Sorry, I just looked up and I just didn't notice that you were up there asking me that. Yes, my floors are wood. I'm barefooted. My floors are wood. The counter thing I'm working on is wood. So yes. Maybe it says 16 of these washers, but I don't see 16 washers. So I do have to take these washers. These washers gotta go on the top. Damn it. My bad. So yo, Mike, yes, if you're still there, I do have wooden floors. That's why I'm working this way without. I'm safe. I'm pretty grounded and safe, so everything's wood around me. Just taking these washers off because I just realized that it says we have 16 washers, but I don't see 16 washers, and these 8 washers are going to be necessary to apply them to the top end of the radiator instead. So I'm just going to stick the long screws in. I guess they go in by themselves, so this is what it says in the manual, without washers. Make sure you get the screw in the screw slot, right? Because we don't want to be screwing into the damn coils of the cooler. That would be bad. You definitely don't want to over torque screwing into the cooler. I don't like the way that sits on there without the washers. With the washers, they seem more stable. I think the washers are supposed to go on this side. Why would they say the washers go on the opposite side? Because this doesn't seem very sturdy without the washers on there. It's moving around. It seems like when it's going, it would vibrate. It just seems like that's not as sturdy as you would think it would be with the washers in there instead, right? Let me scroll down for a little bit. That's all it is. I gotta put a little more torque without being scared so that they screw down better. That screw in there. Alright, so it's more secure in there now, the fan, for sure. Much more secure. We should suck air out facing this way, right? So it should suck the air right out. This is close to the back of the casing, so the wiring should reach pretty nicely. Maybe. Huh. Actually, I probably can gain more slack if I turn it 1 more degree that way instead. Which is what I just might do. So that it's closest to the back of the case as possible. So let's do this again. Lessons learned, trial and error, all good things. Maybe I do want to leave it there, actually, now that I think about it, because it might reach too far then, for sure. I think right where it is good. I think we will leave it. We will leave the fans the way they're going to be right there. Well, this fan, and I'm going to put the other one the same exact way, so that the wires are tracing to the back. Bang. Oh, I see now. I think I'm going to go out. I may need some splitters and stuff. I may need a splitter so that I can connect the 2 to a 1 on here instead. See, because I'm trying to do this without the Commander Pro. Trying to save myself, because I spent quite a bit on this build already as it is. Out of pocket, obviously, so, you know, not sponsored here. Anyway, so with that being said, I'm definitely going to have to run out, I think, and go and get some splitters. Get a splitter set, which hopefully those are cheap, I think, at Best Buy. So I may have to go out and get those. In there. Alright, so I'm going to have to step out. I'm going to end the stream now. I'm going to keep it posted. I will probably proceed with the stream part of this later this evening when I get things a little more further on. And I'll boot the stream back up. Like, I don't have editing, and I can't record myself and do all this shit all in one playthrough. So anyway, I hope the live recording of this is like fun for people that have joined in and out or whatever's been going on. So, and I hope people maybe see this down the road even so, you know, and they get some kicks out of it. but I have to step out because I think I'm going to need splitters so that I can connect these fans to a one port on that motherboard. If I'm not mistaken, that's the way that works. So those fans are on the radiator, and that looks dope. So with that being said, thank you for joining the stream. I hope you guys enjoyed this brief introduction of me building my own PC, and I hope you guys come back later on when I stream again. So until next time, enjoy your evening or your day, and have a great one, man.